Hello, I'm Ali and welcome to the China Repair Studio. Now, I thought in today's tutorial I would go through how to wash our items, our pieces. So the item I have at the moment, which I'm going to be working on, is this little I think it's a little sugar bowl. It's broken in two ways, if you can just see there and here, and it's been put on very badly. I presume it's with super glue. Super glue does go yellow after a time, so we will see. So what we need to do is wash this, get it ready, so then it'll be ready for the next stage, which will be the sticking stage. So first thing we need to do is get some warm water in some washing up liquid, which I have just done, and we put some gloves on. So gloves on here. Right, so there we go. So I have here toothbrush. So what we need to do first is to clean the item. Make sure it's all nice and clean. It's breaking apart already. I can just see it's just starting, but we want to get into all those cracks and crevices where all the dirt has accumulated over years. I think this is a mason's, yes, it's a mason's dish. Now, as you can see all the pieces, the bits of glue. Never use a knife or anything when you're taking glue off an item, as you will then damage the rest of the china and it'll be even hard for it to come off properly. So keep going. I also notice on this item, you can see here, it's got some staining. So if you have an item which is stained, first things first is to take the glue off. So with the brush and including all the small pieces, you want it all off there. Keep going through. Now when you are washing china, you need to take, as I say, all the glue off, but you don't want to leave the china piece in the water for too long, probably 2 hours maximum, because otherwise eventually the water will go through into the capillaries and end up damaging the china. If you have a piece of pottery, pottery is a lot more porous, so just a couple of minutes with pottery, just an in and out if you can. And there we go, that's coming along now. And on my other piece here, if you find there's glue and it's really stuck on hard and you're finding difficulty taking it off, the best thing to do is to make sure that the piece is thoroughly dried, and then get, for instance, a small cotton bud, and then just get some nitromors and put it on to where you would need, where the glue is, where you need it to come off, and then perhaps put it into a plastic bag or some cling film and just leave it overnight. The only thing word of warning is don't do it if you have some gold gilding or any other type of form of gilding, as it would take the gilding off. Also, if you do decide to use nitromors for something, the real tough pieces of glue, just make sure you do wear gloves, and also that you wear a mask, because it's very, very toxic stuff. Right, now that's starting to come off nicely. Now, what I'm going to do is just empty this bowl here, and I'm using Vanish here, but you can use Biotex, something like that. That will help take, and some hot water, that'll help take off some of that staining. It is a bleaching agent, but it does seem to do the job. You don't want it on there for too long, as you can see. So we're there now. So with a trusted brush. Just keep, I can see it starting to go already. Just put it into there. Sometimes it needs 2 or 3 minutes just for it to sort of set right in and just get that nice and clean. Again, not to use this on anything which has got any gilding on. Right, that's coming on quite nicely. The glue starting to come off. There are different types of glues. You know, it just depends what it's been stuck on with. I think the super glue is one of the easiest to come off, to be honest. You know, depending on how long the glue has been on for. If it's been on there for a very long time, it will be more stubborn. Also, depending on if it's had a tight fit. So, for instance, if an item has been put together very well, it's actually harder for it to break apart because the fit is so tight. It doesn't want to budge. Whereas if there's lots of you know, air bubbles from where the glue hasn't completely gone all the way through, or there's lots of gaps, it's very easy to come off. You'll find it a lot easier. One other thing I would say is when you have glue, when you're washing, if there's still glue remaining on your item and then the water's gone cold, the glue will then harden again. It will go soft in warm water, but obviously in hot water. But obviously as it gets cold, it then starts to harden. Right, now we're getting there now. So once you've got your pieces and you've done your small pieces, okay, and you've washed all those, made sure that there's nothing in from there. We'll then give it a final rinse. There we go. Make sure everything's off there, and then you need to just let it dry. What I would do is use some kitchen roll. Okay, put some kitchen roll there. So some kitchen roll, and then just place the items actually down so you can just dry off just nicely there. There we go. So while we leave that to dry, just one other thing. If you do have an item and it's, you know, and it's got discolouring on it and you can't get it off with the washing powder, Biotex, another thing you could do would be to use some bleach. So again, wearing the gloves, using a cotton bud, you could get some bleach here, well, peroxide. I've got some peroxide here from a hair salon, and you just put a tiny piece, put it on, apply it with your cocktail stick, and then again I would probably wrap it up in some cling film, and then after, I don't know, sort of an hour or so, check it, rinse it off in warm water, and then just let it dry naturally. Right, so I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. Okay, bye.